Mystery in the waters of Lake Erie. A ghost ship is adrift off the shore in Lorain County.
Ireland's rugged coastlines, steeped in myths of ghost ships and sea monsters, recently added a real-life mystery to its lore. Imagine a windswept, abandoned beach under a dark, stormy sky. As waves crash against the rocks, something strange lies among the seaweed and driftwood. A battered, abandoned boat, eerily untouched, with no sign of anyone aboard. Locals and experts are left puzzled, wondering what happened. Join us as we unravel 20 stories of lost vessels and the unanswered questions that continue to haunt the Ireland coast. Number 15. Carol Atwood Deering. In the vast Atlantic Ocean, stretching from the coast of Ireland to the shores of America near Cape Hatteras, lies the tale of a mysterious vessel, the Carol A. Deering. This five-masted schooner made a chilling first appearance in 1921, but what made this ship so unforgettable wasn't its size, which was fairly typical for the era. Instead, it was the eerie absence of its crew that captured the world's imagination. The Carol Atwood Deering was run aground on the infamous Diamond Shoals, a dangerous stretch of water known as the Graveyard of the Atlantic for its history of shipwrecks. Yet, the strange scene on board made this discovery even more unsettling. In the ship's galley, a meal appeared to be in the midst of preparation, with pots and dishes set out as if dinner was about to be served. The crew's personal belongings were still neatly stored in their quarters, suggesting they had left in a hurry, but the lifeboats were gone. There were no signs of any struggle or foul play, yet all the navigational equipment, including the ship's log, had vanished without a trace, as if the crew had simply disappeared into thin air. Over the years, many theories have tried to explain the baffling fate of the Carol Atwood Deering and its missing crew. Some speculate a mutiny took place, while others suggest the ship may have been involved in rum running during the Prohibition era and met with foul play. Some believe it could have been caught in a powerful storm, while more imaginative minds have proposed supernatural causes, perhaps the work of ghosts or otherworldly forces. Each theory adds another layer of interest to this already puzzling mystery. Number 14. MV Alta. A name that still echoes in the annals of maritime mysteries is the MV Alta, a ghost ship that appeared out of nowhere off the coast of Ireland in February 2020. This 77-meter-long cargo ship, with its hauntingly mysterious past, was discovered washed ashore near Ballycotton, County Cork, its eerie presence stirring a flurry of speculation and intrigue. MV Alta was originally built in 1976 and spent decades crisscrossing the seas under various owners and different names. Before its final, doomed journey, the ship had already accumulated a colorful history, reportedly operating as a trading vessel across the Caribbean and Mediterranean. But in 2018, while en route from Greece to Haiti, the ship suffered a major mechanical failure. Stranded in the middle of the Atlantic, the crew of 10 was rescued by the United States Coast Guard after nearly 20 days adrift with dwindling supplies. Here, the story takes a strange and chilling turn. Instead of being towed to a port, the MV Alta was left abandoned in the vast ocean. Over the next 18 months, the vessel drifted aimlessly across the Atlantic, carried by powerful currents and fierce storms. During this time, it was spotted at least once by a Royal Navy ship, but efforts to secure the vessel failed due to dangerous weather conditions. The ship became a phantom on the high seas, vanishing from sight and leaving behind only whispers of its whereabouts. Its reappearance in February 2020 was nothing short of shocking. The MV Alta, thought lost forever to the depths of the ocean, was found stranded on Ireland's rocky shores, still largely intact. Inside, there was no sign of life, no crew, no cargo, just the empty hull of a ship that had traveled thousands of miles on its own, a ghost ship in every sense. Number 13. HMS Resolute. HMS Resolute was an impressive British Royal Navy ship, launched in 1850. It was built with cutting-edge technology for its time, including advanced hull design and steam-powered engines, making it one of the most modern vessels of its era. The ship was specifically commissioned to aid in the search for Sir John Franklin, who had disappeared in 1845 while attempting to navigate a northern passage through the Arctic. In 1852, while navigating the harsh and unpredictable Arctic waters, HMS Resolute became trapped in dense ice and was forced to be abandoned by its crew.
It's basically about a British expedition to find the Northwest Passage north of Canada, and that's where they get trapped.
The ship was left drifting in the frozen wilderness, seemingly destined to remain lost. However, in 1855, an American whaling ship, the USS George Henry, encountered the stranded vessel. Captain James Buddington, recognizing its historical and strategic value, decided to salvage the ship and tow it back to the United States. Upon reaching the United States, HMS Resolute was meticulously repaired and refurbished by American shipbuilders. In a gesture of international goodwill, the United States returned the ship to Britain in 1856. This act of diplomacy was highly symbolic and strengthened ties between the two nations. Once back in British service, HMS Resolute was repurposed as a training ship for naval cadets, contributing to the training of future leaders of the Royal Navy. In 1859, it was refitted again for polar exploration, with new features including reinforced hulls and improved navigation instruments, and was sent back to the Arctic to continue the search for Franklin. Despite these efforts, the mission failed to locate Franklin or his crew. The ship was eventually decommissioned in 1879. However, its journey was far from over. The timber from HMS Resolute was salvaged and used to create 3 ornate desks, later known as the Resolute desks. Number 12. Vessel of Disaster. The Ryu Unmaru was a Japanese fishing vessel that captured global attention when it vanished at sea after the catastrophic Tohoku earthquake and tsunami of March 2011. This 64-foot-long boat, owned by the city of Hachinohe in Aomori Prefecture, Japan, was built in 1968 and had a storied history of fishing, including squid fishing and salmon trolling. The Tohoku earthquake, registering a magnitude of 9.0, triggered a massive tsunami that unleashed waves as high as 133 feet in some areas. Aomori Prefecture, where the Ryu Unmaru was docked, was severely impacted. The tsunami's sheer force inundated the port, snapping the vessel's moorings and casting it adrift into the Pacific Ocean. Despite a significant search operation led by the Japanese Coast Guard, which included deploying aircraft and vessels to search vast oceanic expanses, the Ryu Unmaru remained elusive for over a year. The search was further complicated by the vastness of the ocean and the challenges of tracking a drifting object. In April 2013, over a year after it went missing, the United States, the Coast Guard discovered the Ryu Unmaru off the coast of Alaska. The vessel had traveled approximately 5,000 miles across the Pacific. It was floating uncontrollably, presenting a navigational hazard to shipping lanes in the region. Upon inspection, the United States Coast Guard found the boat in deteriorated condition, with significant damage from exposure to the harsh marine environment. Given the risks it posed to maritime traffic and the challenges of salvaging it, the decision was made to sink the vessel. The Ryu Unmaru's final voyage came to an end, marking the conclusion of a remarkable journey as a ghost ship lost to the sea. Number 11. USS Arizona. In 1941, the USS Arizona, a powerful battleship of the Pennsylvania class, faced its tragic end during the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. This attack on December 7, 1949, was a key moment in World War II, as it led to the United States' entry into the conflict. The Arizona, hit by a 760-pound bomb, experienced a devastating explosion when the bomb penetrated its ammunition magazine, resulting in a cataclysmic blast that sank the ship. The ship's wreckage now rests at the bottom of Pearl Harbor, where it serves as a solemn reminder of that day. The loss was enormous, with 1,177 crew members perishing, which accounted for nearly half of the American casualties during the attack. The USS Arizona Memorial, built above the submerged remains of the ship, honors these brave souls and serves as a site of reflection and remembrance. Visitors to the memorial have reported numerous eerie encounters. Some have heard unexplained noises, such as footsteps, disembodied voices, and the haunting echoes of the explosion that doomed the ship. Divers who have explored the wreck have recounted spine-chilling experiences, including sightings of ghostly figures dressed in World War II-era uniforms, engaged in tasks before vanishing into the murky depths. Adding to the mystery, some have witnessed shadowy figures moving around the ship's wreckage, or have heard faint Morse code signals from the ship's old radio equipment, as if Arizona's past still lingers in its remains. The ship continues to leak oil from its submerged tanks, creating slicks on the water's surface known as black tears, which are a poignant reminder of the vessel's tragic end. The USS Arizona Memorial, dedicated on May 30, 1962, stands as a striking white structure with its design symbolizing the beauty and tranquility of peace. Number 10. Myanmar Coast Ghost Ship. Off the coast of Myanmar's Yangon region, a startling discovery captivated local authorities and Navy personnel. A ghost ship named the Sam Ratulangi, PB-600, appeared seemingly out of nowhere. This enormous vessel, once a key player in international shipping, had become a ghostly presence on the waters, evoking curiosity and concern. The Sam Ratulangi PB-600 had set out from a distant port, destined for a shipbreaking facility in Bangladesh. Shipbreaking is a significant industry in Bangladesh, which is home to some of the world's largest shipbreaking yards. These facilities are crucial for the local economy. However, the journey of the Sam Ratulangi PB-600 was fraught with difficulties. Severe weather conditions had battered the ship, making navigation nearly impossible. As the crew struggled to keep the vessel afloat, the ship eventually ran aground on a beach, forcing the crew to abandon it. The ship's arrival on Myanmar's coast was not just an isolated incident, but a reflection of the harsh realities faced in the shipbreaking industry. Shipbreaking, though economically important, raises significant environmental and safety issues. The process involves dismantling ships in hazardous conditions, often without proper safety gear. This has led to numerous accidents and environmental pollution, including toxic waste and hazardous chemicals. The sudden appearance of the Sam Ratulangi PB-600 sparked intense interest and highlighted the complexities of the shipbreaking industry. It brought attention to the challenges faced by shipbreaking yards in Bangladesh, including the need for improved safety measures and better environmental practices. Number 9. SS Kaz 2. From the rugged, windswept cliffs of Ireland's coast to the warm, inviting turquoise waters surrounding Australia's Great Barrier Reef, the story of the SS Kaz 2 unfolds, a maritime mystery that has puzzled experts and captivated imaginations for years. The SS Kaz 2, a small 10-meter catamaran, departed from Eerily Beach in Queensland on April 15, 2007. The three-man crew, Derek Batten, and brothers Peter and James Tunstead, were experienced sailors who set off on what was supposed to be a relaxed, 2-month journey along Australia's northern coast, enjoying the scenic beauty of the Whitsunday Islands and beyond. But just 3 days after leaving, a routine surveillance flight spotted the yacht drifting aimlessly in the waters of the Coral Sea near the Great Barrier Reef. When rescuers boarded the boat, they were met with a scene straight out of a ghost story. A meal was laid out on the table, a laptop was powered on and functioning, and the engine was still running, suggesting the crew had been on board only recently. Even more chilling, a folded-up sail hinted at a sudden abandonment. There was no sign of struggle, no distress signals had been sent, and all safety equipment, including the life jackets, was untouched. It was as if the three men had simply vanished into thin air. Despite extensive searches by air and sea, no trace of the crew was ever found. Theories about their disappearance have ranged from the plausible to the outlandish. Some suggest a freak wave may have swept them overboard while they were fixing the sail, while others assume they may have fallen victim to foul play or even staged their disappearance. More far-fetched ideas involve sea monsters or UFO abductions. However, the yacht itself provided few clues, its GPS data only adding to the confusion. Number 8. SS Cotopaxi. The mysterious tale of the SS Cotopaxi, a ship named after the towering Cotopaxi volcano in the Andes, remains one of the most captivating stories in maritime history. Built in 1918, this steam-powered vessel was part of the United States Shipping Board's fleet, designed to transport goods and materials.
Which leaves the entire front part of the vessel is just open cargo space with big hatches.
During the final years of World War I, on November 29, 1925, the SS Cotopaxi set sail from Charleston, South Carolina, with a crew of 32 men and a cargo of coal, destined for Havana, Cuba. However, the ship never reached its destination. Shortly after departure, it sent out distress signals, reporting that the ship was taking on water. Then, without any further communication, it vanished, seemingly swallowed by the vast Atlantic Ocean. The disappearance of the SS Cotopaxi became one of the most enduring mysteries associated with the infamous Bermuda Triangle, a region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean, notorious for the unexplained disappearances of ships and aircraft. Assumptions ran wild, with theories ranging from magnetic anomalies and freak waves to extraterrestrial interference. The SS Cotopaxi's story was woven into the fabric of maritime folklore, becoming one of the many ghost ships that were said to haunt the Bermuda Triangle's treacherous waters. However, in a surprising twist, the wreckage of the SS Cotopaxi was discovered in 2020 off the coast of St. Augustine, Florida, by marine biologist and underwater explorer Michael Barnett. Using advanced sonar technology and historical records, Barnett and his team identified the sunken vessel.
Ooh, that looks like the steering quadrant right there.
Putting an end to nearly a century of speculation. The evidence pointed to a more plausible, yet equally tragic conclusion. The SS Cotopaxi had encountered a sudden, violent storm, likely a strong nor'easter, which overwhelmed the ship and caused it to sink. The crew's fate was sealed as the ship was dragged to the ocean floor, where it lay undisturbed for nearly 95 years. Number 7. The Unsinkable Ghost Ship. One of the most captivating tales from the Arctic is that of the SS Bachimo, a ship that seemed to defy the passage of time. The Bachimo was a 1,300-ton cargo vessel built in Sweden in 1914. Initially, it was used to transport furs, timber, and other goods between Canada and the United States. In 1931, while returning to Vancouver, the ship became trapped in dense Arctic ice. The crew, believing the ship was doomed, thinking it would sink. However, the Bachimo had other plans. Remarkably, it broke free from the ice and began drifting aimlessly across the Arctic Ocean. For the next several years, the ship was spotted by various people, and some even boarded it. It seemed to have a will of its own, stubbornly staying afloat despite the harsh conditions, as if guided by an unseen force. The Bachimo was seen drifting in and out of the ice for nearly a decade before it vanished from sight. Although there were occasional reports of the ship in the following years, it was never found again. To sailors and explorers, the Bachimo became a ghost ship legend, an eerie vessel haunting the Arctic seas. Some believed it was cursed or possessed by malevolent spirits that kept it afloat. Despite these intriguing rumors, the ship continued its mysterious journey. In 1962, nearly 30 years after its abandonment, a group of Inuit hunters reported seeing the Bachimo again. The Canadian government launched a search, but no trace of the ship was ever found. Number 6. Lake Superior Ghost Ship. Lake Superior, the largest freshwater lake by surface area in the world, spans over 31,700 square miles and stretches across the United States-Canada border. It's renowned not only for its stunning vistas and frigid waters, but also for its notoriously unpredictable weather and fierce storms, which can whip up waves as high as 30 feet. Adding to its puzzle, Lake Superior is home to a long-standing mystery: the legend of the Lake Superior ghost ship. In 2010, a local videographer filmed what appeared to be a spectral vessel hovering above the lake, capturing the imaginations of many and reigniting interest in this eerie phenomenon. The ghost ship sightings have sparked numerous theories. Some researchers suggest that the ghostly appearances might be due to superior mirages, a rare optical illusion caused by the refraction of light in the lake's cold and dense air. These mirages can make distant objects appear closer or distorted, potentially creating the illusion of a ghost ship. Another theory posits that these sightings are residual hauntings, where the lake might be replaying past events. This concept is often linked to tragic maritime accidents on Lake Superior, known for its shipwrecks due to its treacherous waters. More than 350 shipwrecks have been documented on the lake, with some believed to be the resting places of vessels lost to the fierce storms. Additionally, some believe the ghost ship could be a harbinger of doom, symbolizing an impending disaster. This theory aligns with the lake's reputation for sudden and catastrophic storms, which have historically caught many mariners by surprise. Despite these theories and a multitude of reported sightings, concrete evidence of the Lake Superior ghost ship remains elusive. The legend persists, fueled by the lake's haunting beauty and the mysteries that lie beneath its surface. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. One stormy evening, as waves battered Ireland's rugged coastline, a solitary boat appeared on the deserted beach of Dunmore Bay. Its wooden hull, aged and worn, lay nestled in the sand, untouched by the storm's fury. But what made the boat truly eerie was its absolute emptiness. Not a single soul, nor any sign of struggle, could be found. The boat, adorned with intricate carvings of unknown symbols, seemed oddly pristine amid the chaos. Locals, drawn by the peculiar sight, gathered around, whispering legends of phantom ships and cursed voyages. An old fisherman named Seamus, who claimed to have seen it all, felt a chill run down his spine. He recognized the symbols, ancient runes from a forgotten time. As night fell, a strange fog enveloped the beach. Some swore they heard faint whispers carried by the wind, while others saw shadowy figures moving among the dunes. A group of brave souls, led by Seamus, decided to investigate further. Under the moonlight, they discovered a hidden compartment in the boat's hull containing a single, rusted key. The key, inscribed with the same mysterious runes, seemed to glow faintly. What it unlocked remained a mystery. Some say it was a portal to another world. Others believe it was a relic of a bygone era, forever lost to time. Despite numerous attempts, the boat's origins and the fate of its crew remained shrouded in mystery. Could it be a portal to another world, or merely a relic of a bygone era, forever lost to time? Let us have your opinions in the comment below. Number 5. RMS Titanic. The RMS Titanic, once celebrated as the pinnacle of luxury and cutting-edge technology, set sail on its maiden voyage with great excitement on April 10, 1912. It was designed to represent the height of human innovation and progress, boasting opulent amenities and an impressive size. However, just 4 days into its journey, disaster struck. As the Titanic sailed through the icy waters of the North Atlantic, it collided with an iceberg shortly before midnight on April 14th. The impact created a series of devastating holes in the ship's hull, sealing the fate of what was believed to be an unsinkable vessel. In the frantic hours that followed, lifeboats were deployed in a desperate bid to rescue as many people as possible. Yet, due to insufficient safety measures and a lack of lifeboats, over 1,500 passengers and crew members perished in the frigid waters. For more than 70 years, the Titanic's wreck lay undisturbed at the bottom of the ocean. It wasn't until 1985 that oceanographer Robert Ballard and his team discovered the wreckage over 12,000 feet beneath the surface. Since its discovery, the Titanic has become a major focus for exploration and research, attracting adventurers and scientists eager to uncover its secrets. Expeditions to the site have uncovered numerous artifacts scattered across the ocean floor, serving as poignant reminders of the tragedy that occurred a century ago. Some divers report seeing shadowy figures in the ship's dark corridors, while others describe an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair as they navigate the debris-strewn wreck. Number 4. Ohio Ghost Ship. In the murky depths of a tributary feeding into Lake Erie, known locally as the Black River, lies a ghostly vessel wrapped in mystery and intrigue. This eerie ship, dubbed the Ohio Ghost Ship, is nestled in northern Ohio and has become a captivating local legend. But the tale is more than just folklore. It's a genuine puzzle. The real question is how this mysterious vessel ended up in those dark waters, and no one seems to know who brought it there or why. The Ohio Ghost Ship was originally constructed in Owen Sound, Canada, by the Russell Brothers Limited Company, which was renowned for building durable ferries. It was designed as an automobile and passenger ferry, intended to serve a route stretching from BST, New Brunswick, to Quebec's Gaspé Peninsula. The ferry's purpose was to facilitate travel across the busy maritime region, but despite its operational history, the ship's records vanish without a trace. Adding to the mystery, historical archives revealed that the ship was part of a significant fleet operation that included other vessels, but detailed records of its final voyage are nowhere to be found. Local maritime historians and researchers have scoured archives and documents only to find that the ship's transition from bustling Canadian waterways to the calm, shallow Black River is a blank spot in history. The ship's sudden appearance in the Black River has puzzled local authorities and experts. The Coast Guard and city officials have conducted investigations, but have come up with little more than speculative theories. Some suggest that the ship could have been intentionally sunk as part of a secretive operation, or perhaps abandoned due to unforeseen circumstances. Number 3. SS Urang Medan. This Dutch vessel, the SS Urang Medan, stands out among the most terrifying maritime mysteries due to a fate so eerie it seems pulled straight from a horror novel. In 1947, distress signals suddenly echoed across the Strait of Malacca, one of the busiest and most strategic shipping lanes in the world. The cryptic messages revealed an unimaginable horror. The captain and crew were reportedly lying dead on the deck, followed by the final, chilling transmission, "I die." When rescuers finally boarded the ill-fated ship, they were met with a scene more terrifying than they could have anticipated. The entire Dutch crew was indeed lifeless, their eyes frozen wide open in sheer terror, their arms outstretched as if desperately trying to fend off an invisible enemy. Even the ship's dog was found dead, locked in a similar state of fear. The grim discovery became even more puzzling when no clear cause of death could be identified. The bodies bore no signs of injury, poisoning, or struggle, deepening the mystery. Adding to the mystery, shortly after the rescue team left the vessel, the SS Urang Medan mysteriously caught fire. The blaze quickly consumed the ship, and before long, it sank into the depths of the ocean, taking with it any clues that might have explained the crew's ghastly fate. The tale of the SS Urang Medan has since become one of the most enduring maritime legends, sparking endless theories ranging from dangerous chemical leaks to supernatural forces. Some suggest that the ship was carrying hazardous materials like nerve gas or potassium cyanide, which could have caused the sudden deaths. Number 2. Octavius. In the icy waters of the Arctic, a chilling discovery was made in 1775 that would haunt the annals of maritime history. A ship called the Octavius, which had been lost for 13 years, was found drifting aimlessly in the stark, white landscape. This ghostly vessel was not just a victim of the frigid cold, but also a silent witness to a mysterious and eerie fate. The crew of the ship that stumbled upon the Octavius approached with great caution, sensing that this was no ordinary salvage mission. As they boarded the Octavius, they were met with an unsettling silence that spoke volumes. Inside, they found the crew frozen in time, their bodies preserved perfectly by the Arctic chill. It was as if the ship had become a mausoleum of the frozen past. The Octavius's logbook provided a grim account of their final days. After a successful voyage through the treacherous Northeast Passage, the ship had become trapped in ice. Undeterred, the captain had plotted a course for Portugal, but the unforgiving Arctic had other plans. The Octavius and her crew were doomed to a frozen prison, with the captain found at his desk, pen in hand, a silent testament to their tragic fate. This haunting tale of the Octavius, discovered 13 years after its disappearance, with its crew perfectly preserved in death, remains one of the most enduring legends of the Arctic seas. The image of that final log entry, inscribed by the captain's frozen hand, leaves people with a chilling sense of the terrifying fate that awaited these brave souls in the desolate, icy expanse of the unknown. Number 1. The haunted MV Joita. The MV Joita was a merchant vessel with a fascinating history. Built 1931 by Cochrane Shipbuilders in Selby, England, it was initially designed as a luxury yacht. Measuring 69 feet in length and 17 feet in width, the ship was elegant and sleek, but was later converted into a cargo vessel. Its transformation included adding a cargo hold and making it suitable for commercial use. On October 3, 1955, the MV Joita embarked on a journey from Samoa to the Tokelau Islands, carrying a crew of 16 and 9 passengers. The trip was expected to take about 2 days, but the ship never reached its destination. The last known communication from the vessel was a radio message stating it was in distress, but no specific details were provided. After the ship failed to arrive, a search operation was launched, involving multiple ships and aircraft. The Royal New Zealand Air Force's Sunderland flying boat eventually spotted the MV Joita drifting about 600 miles north of its intended destination. When rescuers boarded, they found the ship in a state of severe disrepair, with its lifeboats and some of its equipment missing. The vessel's radio and navigation systems were also damaged, and there was no sign of the crew or passengers. The search for the missing people was extensive, but fruitless. Theories about the MV Joita's disappearance are diverse and speculative. Some suggest a possible pirate attack in the region, while others propose mutiny among the crew. Another theory points to a catastrophic mechanical failure or structural damage that could have rendered the ship unmanageable. Adding to the mystery, the ship's logbooks, which might have provided crucial information, were never found. Which of these ghost ships gave the biggest fright? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section below.